Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. Today I'm excited to bring to you our recipe for garlic butter and cheese bread rolls. This is a tasty little recipe that I put together for us when we're having a special occasion, or if we just wanted to have some bread rolls to have with our barbecue, spaghetti, you name it. It works for a lot of meals. Simple recipe, simple ingredients, and if this interests you, stick around and let's get started. So first off, what we're going to do is get our yeast ready and proofed. This is 1 1/4 cups of warm water. I call it lukewarm water. So if you put your finger in there and it feels warm, that's good enough. 1 tablespoonful of granulated white sugar or sugar of choice, and 1 teaspoonful of yeast, fast rising or traditional. I'm using traditional here today, but I like to proof all of my yeast. So just give it a little stir and set it to the side and let it start to proof. So you can mix this dough, of course, with your hand or your hands or your mixer. I'm going to use my mixer here today, but I got lots of recipes out there using my hands for sure. I'm going to keep 1/2 cup of the all-purpose white flour aside, and I'm going to be putting 3 cups of the all-purpose white flour. I'm sure I said white flour aside, not white sugar. Put aside, and then the rest into my bowl with 1/2 teaspoonful of sea salt. You could use table salt, and you can use a flour of choice as well, and that's all you need to do there. So just toss those 2 ingredients together. Now if you were doing this by hand, I would say make a hole in the middle of your flour, get ready to put in your yeast and your melted butter, but right now I'm using the mixer. It doesn't matter because it'll all come together anyway. So after you've mixed that, I'm going to reach for my yeast. I got 2 tablespoonfuls, maybe a little more, of some melted butter. You can also use margarine. I got here my yeast that's proofed. Toss it all on into the mixer, and then I'll clean out the little jug here with about 1/4 cup of water as well, and toss in there. And now I'm going to start mixing. So pretty much when you're mixing it with your stand-up mixer, you just mix it for a couple of minutes just to bring all of the flour in and mix together. But if you're doing it by hand, it may take about 5 minutes or so to get all of that flour mixed in there and to feel the texture of the dough, and I'll show you that when we get to it. And if you needed to add a little bit more warm water, you can. If you want to add some flour, you can, but I'll show you that. So bring the flour down from the sides again, working it in, and it looks amazing. You can see that the dough starting to come together, and it's a little sticky. That's what I want. And this is the stage that if you need to add anything else, you would. And in my case, I'm going to just toss in a little more flour, put down my book, and start it again. This nice dough. It's absolutely delicious looking. I'm going to toss in more of that flour, and again, doing it by hand, it may take a little bit longer, but you can enjoy it just the same. So I'm going to let it run through for another couple of seconds, then I'm going to take it out of the bowl and I'll tell you what's next. Now I'm going to take my hook off. I'm just going to bring the dough away from the hook. I'll get the rest after. Just take this off. And then this is what the texture of your dough needs to look like. Nice and elastic like this, and soft, not too sticky. So now look at this dough. Isn't that just absolutely tasty looking? Of course, I'm going to knead it just a little, because usually I would do this in the bowl and when I'm mixing it by hand, but because my trusty little stand-up mixer done it for me, I don't need to do the mixing part, but I still need to knead it just that little. After you've done that, just form the ball, brush off that little flour. See, it's not sticky there now. I'm going to take a couple of dips of that butter, just grease up the top. I always make the sign of the cross on my bread or my dough. And now what I'm going to do is put this back into my bowl, and I'm going to tell you how long to let it rise for. Okay, so I'm just going to also put a little cross on the top of my dough and put it into the bowl. Now I'm going to cover it with a cloth, and I'm going to put it in my oven with just the light on for about 30 minutes, just to let it rise a little. And when my buzzer rings, I'm going to show you what the next step is, but you don't need to put it into the oven for this. You can just wrap it in a nice warm towel, put it to the side in your kitchen, and just time it for about 30 minutes. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Okay, so now that our dough is risen, I'm going to show you what to do next. So now that our dough is risen and out of the pan, we don't need to deflate it. We need to cut it into 12 pieces. We're going to make 12 rolls, and if you don't quite get them all the same, you can pinch a little bit off and do that. So pretty much all I'm going to do now is just cut off 12 chunks of this dough. So after you get all of it cut, I might have to steal from another piece here. So this is where it gets interesting when you cut it, if you don't have it about the same size. Again, you remember I'm not all about perfect, so you don't have to worry about that. Just as long as it's 12 pieces. And then take it and turn it outward like this to make a small ball like that. And do this with all of them, but before I do all of them, I'm going to show you the butter mixture that we're going to be using. We're going to be using a half a cup of melted butter or margarine. Toss it into the bowl, and 1 teaspoonful of onion powder. I'm not using onion powder because it just gives it that nice taste and that onion flavor. I'm going to be using 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to press it in there. If I can pinch it down, oh boy, just a little bit of a struggle. And you can also use a garlic powder if you don't have fresh garlic. And if you buy garlic and you think it's going to go bad, what you can do is just take it out of its outer coat and freeze it, and then you can just use it whenever. So that's all we need to do there. So what we're going to do now, I got a glass 9x9 pan. You can use an 8x8 pan, it doesn't matter, or even a little bigger, and use half of this garlic butter on the bottom like this. And then you're going to be rolling your dough and putting in there. And like I said, if you've got some that's a little bigger than the other, just take it from the one and put into the other just by cutting it off. It's got a nice little crack there, Raymond. It sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's all. Just do that. If this one is going to be a little bigger, I'm going to take a little piece off, put it into that one, and just put it down like that onto that melted garlic butter. Yum. My dough is making those nice cracking sounds. I'm just saying to Raymond, it's just so nice. You know it's going to be just delicious when that happens. So now what you're going to do is cover this now with that same towel and put it in a warm place for about, well, not as long this time. You can go maybe 15 minutes to 20 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is show you what's next. So after your dough is risen for about 20 minutes or so, it'll look something like this. Now I'm going to show you what to finish it off with. So you're going to take the rest of that tasty butter with garlic in it, and of course some onion powder and sprinkle it all over the top of those pieces of dough. And then you're going to take shredded cheese. Of course, I always say whatever you got available, if it's just mozza or cheddar, or if you want to use all Parmesan, use about anywhere from half a cup to a cup, depending on how much cheese you want on there. And now I'm going to tell you how long to bake it for. So I hope I got you made excited to make this, because this is a delicious recipe. One you can whip up in just a short while if you're getting ready for company, or if you just want to have these delicious rolls. Put the pan onto a pan in under it. I got a cookie sheet there, and you can put it a little bigger than that, because once it starts rising and bubbling, the butter it may go out over a little into your oven. You don't want that to happen. So it'll be on a 350 degree preheated Fahrenheit oven, and then you're going to bake it anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes or until 190 degrees Fahrenheit in the internal temperature. And when mine is baked, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Our garlic, butter and cheese bread rolls are baked. Now I'm going to show you what they look like. Now just look at these tasty buns. Oh my gosh, Raymond. Mm-hmm. I can see,
cup of tea for sure. Yeah.
I can see me and you just diving right into this. You know what? There's no easy way to get at these. You can plop them out onto a tray, or you can just dig in and get it. It's scalding hot, and of course the butter is still. Oh my gosh! Look, just look how nice and soft. I put the tea towel over the top of it when I took it out of the oven. That's just to soften it a little, but you don't have to. You can just take them out and serve them. It's so good. Now we like to eat these coming right out of the oven, but like you said, if they cool down on you, you can just plop them back into the microwave and just get yourself some more butter inside. And of course, serving it with a nice cup of hot tea is always another way you can serve them, of course, or with a nice bowl of spaghetti. I hope you enjoyed this recipe today, and again, it is so delicious. I'm going to have a little taste. Not that I haven't got enough butter on there, but you know, I always, when I open up those bread rolls, I want to have another taste of that butter. Oh my gosh. The taste of garlic going right through because of that butter on the bottom and on the top. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to make them. 2 thumbs up, and Raymond's drooling over there in the background. I can't wait to have a nice bowl of spaghetti or something, or a soup, and dip those buns in. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Don't forget, when you're baking it in the oven, remember that the internal temperature is 190 degrees Fahrenheit, and keep a tray in under it, because I did have a little bit of the oil leaking out. Not much, but enough where it'll just smoke up that oven, and you don't want that. I'm going to show you the recipe in under this video. It should say more, or an arrow pointing down, and it'll give you as well the instructions on how to make our delicious garlic, butter and cheese bread rolls. And we'll also share it with you on our website, and that'll give you pictures of all of the steps, and again, and more options would be there, and that is www.bonitaskitchen.com. You can pop by on our Facebook, and that should be at Bonita's Kitchen, and send us a message at bonitakitchen@gmail.com if you can't find a recipe in any of those places. So we're going to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I want to finish this bread roll, and Raymond is over there eyeing it for some as well. We know your time is precious, and we thank each and every one of you for stopping by here today. On behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team, and from our kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day. If you're here in Newfoundland and Labrador, don't forget to visit beautiful Bay Roberts and join us again on Bonita's Kitchen.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen to yours. Bonita's Kitchen.